All the Mefarshim ask on Parashat Vayakhel Pekudei why the lengthy description of the building of the Mishkan and the Pekudei Kahuna after they have been detailed in Parashat Trumat Tetzaveh. You could have a single pasuk, a couple of psukim that simply say, and the Bnei Yisrael asu et Mishkan, they built the Mishkan, they made Pekudei Kahuna. Why such great elaboration? And I recall more than 40 years ago when I was a Talmid in the yeshiva that Rav Lichtenstein gave the Sikha that Friday night, and he elaborated on the first Ramban in the Parashat. And he did so by giving us a situation, fictional situation of these two young individuals, a new Chatan and Kala, who are so excited about their upcoming marriage, and how with great excitement they go out to purchase all of the kelim of their new house, the table and chairs for their dining room, and their bed for their bedroom, and all the living room furniture. And every time they pick something out, for them it's the most amazing thing, even though it may be the very humble furniture for their new small apartment. And but there's so much romance and so much love that with these objects invested in them is the hope and expectation of a wonderful life together. And he went on to describe how it was a Friday afternoon and the young lady was doing shopping and bumped into an old boyfriend. And they were talking. She shared with him her upcoming wedding with her Chatan, and they continued to talk, and they decided to go out for coffee. And as they were sitting there and talking, some of her old emotions became kindled once again for her old boyfriend, and the same for him towards her. And unfortunately, they went off together and they sinned. She was racked with guilt, felt terrible, and felt she had to confess to her Chatan. She does. They talk. It's painful, but ultimately the Chatan decides to forgive her Kala, and they decide to go forward with the marriage. However, this time, when they look at all these new things that they have figured that would be part of their new life, it loses some of its luster. The table that they were going to use for their Shabbat table, it will be their table for Shabbat, but something is missing, something that was missing that was there before when they were picking it out anew. Some loss of trust at some level, even though forgiveness was given. And Rav Lichtenstein went on to say how different it is with our relationship with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. When it comes to our relationship with the Kadosh Baruch Hu, we'll sin. But if we return to Him, sincere, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu receives our teshuvah, and things can be exactly as they were before the sin ever took place. And that's the message of Parashat Vayakhel Pekudei. That's why it goes out of its way to elaborate in the same way it elaborated in the earlier Parshiot, to give us that exact detail of how the Mishkan was built and the Pekudei Kahuna were put together and weaved and sewn. Because the message is that when we sin, but sincerely return to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He receives us with open arms as if we've never sinned before. Halavai, we should be in a situation as if we've never sinned. But we're human, we'll make mistakes, but we can know that when we return to HaKadosh Baruch Hu with sincerity, when He receives us, things will be just as they were before. Shabbat Shalom.